Hey guys, how's it going? It's Hepic, and today we're going to do a FIFA 18 experiment on Manchester City. What would happen if Manchester City only had strikers, no goalkeepers, no defenders, no midfielders, only the top 25 highest rated strikers in FIFA 18? We're going to simulate a season up to about June and see what actually happens, what are the results of just doing this, because Manchester City, they've been having too much fun recently. They beat Stoke 7-2, absolutely humiliated them. So if you gave them a better attack, could they do even better? That is basically how this experiment is hopefully going to go, and just see what happens. I'm going to keep the tactics the same, so there's no bias with me trying to control them and make them bad. All I've done is just change the players. I'm going to simulate till June, until the end of the season, and we will see what the results are. Let's go and see what happens then in this experiment. Fast forward to the 9th of December, and we've been sacked. We have a negative, or really poor, 26 rating for our board, so that doesn't really help us, and we're now going to be with Newcastle. So things can't have gone too well for Manchester City, but at least we've got a Premier League side so that we can actually still see the same stats that we will be able to see with Manchester City. So all is good, the experiment is still going to be a good one. Now the season has finished and they came bottom. 6 points behind Huddersfield and a massive 24 points behind Newcastle. So they were a long way into that relegation zone with a awful minus 80 goal difference. Conceding 100 goals, only scoring 20, even though they have the best strikers in the world. So obviously defense and the goalkeeping positions and midfield is probably more important than the strikers in this game. So that didn't go too well. Minus 80 goal difference. Wow, they lost 30 games. They drew 5 and then they won 3. That's it. That's not too great. I mean, think about it. All these teams that aren't really as good as Manchester City have beaten them. Literally every single team. And Manchester United do win it, with Chelsea coming second. But yeah, to come that far behind the 17th place is very embarrassing. Not what you'd expect from Man City, and it's just embarrassing. Really is. But that's what happens in FIFA 18 when you put all the strikers, the best strikers, into a team and get rid of everybody else. That's just how things go. Now I thought we'd look at some of the results regarding Manchester City over the course of the season, some of the interesting ones and where they got their points. So, to start the season off, Man City away to Brighton, they lost 4-0. I mean, come on. A newly promoted side like Brighton don't have the best team, yet you couldn't even score a goal against them with all those strikers. Yeah, you probably concede quite a few because you've got no defence and no goalkeeper, but still, you should be able to do a bit better than that. They also then lose 5-0 to Bournemouth, so even worse than against Brighton, but Bournemouth are a bit more of a established Premier League side. They've been there for a few years, and Brighton, well, it's the first season in the Premier League, so that's kind of okay if you compare the scores from both of those matches. But then Manchester City drew to Liverpool 1-1. So what have Liverpool been doing? If City lose to Brighton 4-0, Bournemouth 5-0, you'd expect Liverpool to be able to beat them by even more, yet they drew. Maybe they thought, okay, Man City, they've been doing so poorly recently, we're going to put in our youth players in there, or put a load more strikers in there maybe, and it just went pear-shaped. But 1-1, it's their first point of the season. Moving on, we get another point against Crystal Palace, again another 1-1, and it's 2 points on the board now in about 3 months, 2-3 months, so not great so far. But okay, they then lose 5-0 to Chelsea, so yeah, that's not great at all, is it? That's just put a downer on the results of the draw they had against Crystal Palace. It's just been poor, hasn't it, really? So that's really depressing. Then they end up drawing 0-0, so somehow, with all those strikers, they still can't score a goal against Stoke. yet they can score 7 in real life. So 0-0 there, Manchester City, 0, Stoke City, 0. And also, they end up drawing 1-1 to Burnley a bit further down there. And another home fixture. They seem to do quite well at home. Away, they're absolutely awful. But at home, they're not too bad. And against Burnley, who are quite an unpredictable side, they seem to get quite a few interesting results. They'll win games against teams at the top sometimes. Then they'll start losing against teams at the bottom. So they're quite unpredictable, quite inconsistent. And they managed to get a draw, actually, against one of the worst teams in the Premier League, Manchester City, at the moment. Okay, moving on a bit further then, and they actually lost 5-0 to Huddersfield. Again, they're away. It seems to be a recurring pattern here. Every time Man City are away, they seem to lose by a massive scoreline. But every time they're at home, they've got much more of a chance to get a win. They don't win every game, or they don't draw every game, but they seem to get more points every time they're at home. So that's good to know. Just make sure you simulate every match now if you're going to simulate a match on this game whilst you're at home, because that'll give you a massive advantage. Okay then, they end up drawing again, 1-1 again to West Ham, so the third 1-1 of the season, and their 4th point of the season actually, against a team that's not too bad actually, not a bad side, got some decent players in there, and that's not a bad result for Man City actually overall, comparing some of the other results there. Well, this result really, they've actually done alright. Now the next one, they actually beat Newcastle 2-1. So Newcastle, the team I was supposed to be managing, well I was simulating, but we'll call it managing for the sake of the video. Well, they lost to Man City, who came bottom. So Man City get their first win of the season, and it's against Newcastle at home. Again, another 3 points or some points at home. The home advantage in this game is really, really overpowered. After that, they somehow, after losing 5-0 earlier on in the season, they beat Chelsea 2-1 at home. Again, another 2-1 victory. It just seems to be the home advantage is just so powerful. Against a team that finished 2nd in the Premier League, and this is in March by the way, so by then, Chelsea would have been still near the top of the Premier League, and they've done pretty well to manage to beat Chelsea. And then they get another win. This is the final thing I'm going to show you now. In May, they beat Huddersfield 1-0. Well done. Well done, Manchester City. You managed to recover from a 5-0 loss to Huddersfield to a 1-0 win. So overall, it's been a very mixed set of results, but we found out that home advantage is really powerful in this game. So if you're going to simulate a game in this game, that kind of doesn't make much sense, but if you're going to simulate a game, then make sure that they're at home, your side is at home, because otherwise if you're away, you're probably going to lose. Alright then, these are the top scorers. Rashford tops it, but as you can see, no player plays for Manchester City in the top 15 there. So if you just get rid of all the, if you basically give Man City a load of strikers, Rashford will come out on top. That's what it's showing there. In the bottom, well, the next few down actually, in the top scorers, again, no City players, so they must have scored either 9 or less for their top scorer in, top Manchester City scorer for their team. In assists, again, we can't see anybody there from City, and Sanchez tops it with 11, 2 ahead of Coutinho, so good season for him so far. At the bottom of this then, again, no City players. Manchester City are struggling. They can't even get the top scorers or the assists for the top 25, any of their players. What's going on here then? Clean sheets then, okay, not bad. De Gea gets 16, that's incredible. But again, there's no striker getting any more, I think, than 25th place. No one's going to get there. No Man City player catching there, which is surprising. You think with that tall striker in there, maybe it'll just glitch out and they'll get loads of clean sheets. It did happen. So that's how these stats went. On the yellow cards then, this could be interesting because I'm expecting a lot of poor discipline in this because they're all strikers that's playing. So the defenders, they're going to be sticking a leg out here and there and just tripping defenders up or tripping attackers up that are playing against them. So in the yellow cards, Proddle gets top. And finally, we see a Man City player in these stats. Cavani gets 6. So maybe he was one of the players playing defence most of the season. Interesting. I bet he didn't like that, did he? At the bottom half here, and Suarez gets 5, and Dost gets 5 also. Okay, interesting. Red cards then, and no player gets red card for the top 15 for Man City, and again, none for the bottom bit of it. So maybe no player for Man City got sent off over the whole season, which is quite impressive. Quite impressive, it really is. Alright then, so in the FA Cup, Bournemouth win that 1-0, but we can't see Man City. They've got nowhere in this tournament, so they didn't even get to the round of 16. And they're starting the third round, so they've had a really poor go at this, haven't they, this season. Okay, in the Carabao Cup, the League Cup, Man City end up not getting into the round of 16 again. They've had another poor turnout in this cup. Done pretty poor, haven't they? In the Champions League, they end up not getting anywhere in this either. And we look at the actual league table for the group stage in Group G, and they end up coming bottom with 1 point. At least they get a point. They had Monaco in there, which is quite a difficult side anyway. Anderlecht in there that perform much better than Moscow, so I'm guessing they got the point from Moscow, but that's just a guess. So looking at the stats of the players now, because we can't see them in any of the other stats, we can't see them in the league stats because it's not good enough, so we'll just look at this now. So Suarez and Firmino played all the games in the league, every single one of them. They were the most popular players for the simulated manager. Cavani gets a 33 there, and he was involved in 2 clean sheets, and quite a few of them were actually up there because they played all the games. And that's kind of how it goes. So a lot of players didn't play that many games, but some players played nearly every game. So he had his favourites, didn't he? Right, in the goals then, Aguero tops it. I mean, he's used to City, he's used to the Premier League, so it's kind of expected. But he only gets 7 goals all season. So he was 2 less than the 25th place in the top scorers. And then, on the assists, 2 for Aguero. So Aguero has probably had the best season. He's been the MVP of this series, of this season, sorry. And Jonas gets 2 as well. Then, on the average rating, 6.3, so 63 for Aguero, which isn't very good. That's the highest rating in the whole team, which means everyone else got 6 or below there, which is really poor. Like, 7's decent, 7's alright, 6.3 is really poor, and then maybe high 6 is kind of average and kind of fair, but that's really not good. And then no players there get a red card. Actually, no players get a red card, so yeah, that's interesting. I was right about that. No players get a red card all season. Somehow they managed to avoid that. I don't know how, but they did. And now we're going to look at some of the player ratings. I can only show you the top 11 that I put in there at the starting 11 I chose, because, well, I'm not actually managing them, so I can't access all the team sheet and stuff, but I can see and show this. So Suarez has gone down. I think Aguero, has he stayed the same or has he gone up? Maybe he's gone up, I don't know. Firmino's gone up. Lewandowski's there as well. I think he's 9 before, wasn't he? So yeah, the players have gone up by 1 or gone down by 1. So even though they're playing really poorly, it hasn't actually affected their overall rating. And I'll leave a league table up here just to make the outro now. So thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe and you leave a like and comment down below on any other experiment suggestion ideas that I could do. I'll probably do one of these every 2 or 3 weeks on this channel, every Sunday at 6 PM UK time. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye!